So her father, it went from her then grandfather to her father, and actually Ruth was an only child, and she was out west. She had gone to Arizona to school, and she, as a child, had asthma, so she had kind of planned on staying out west, and then her father had a stroke. And her mother said they needed her, and she came back, and her father really never got well enough to run the school again, so Ruth and her mother really did it until he died, and Ruth took over and ran the school, and I don't, that was way before my time, but she was here and doing the hiring when I applied, and she hired me. And then at one point she decided to retire, so she sold it to a franchise, and they didn't own it very long, and she was not happy with the direction it was going. So she pulled every resource she could and bought it back. And that was just how much she believed in her college and the way it should really be run. And it was, not owned by them very long at all. I didn't think it was a whole year. But along the way, she met John Lambert, and she really liked him. And so when he was able to buy the college, she sold it to John Lambert. And then now John Lambert's daughter, Diane, who is married to Bruno, is the president. So we really only have the Davis family and the Lambert family in this college. So it's truly a source of pride and shame. There's a little history, I think, in that book. When I was going through my graduate courses at Bowling Green, the prof I had, everybody in the class had to study a certain kind of business school. Whether it was the community college or the private business college or whatever. I remember sitting around the table, and we had to sign up for which one we were going to research. And the prof I had pointed to the private business college and said, I think that would be a good one for you. I was teaching here at the time and working on my graduate degree. And I let the paper go around because I didn't think that was such a good topic for me. I was going to see what else. Well, it came back around and nobody signed up for it. And he pointed again, and he said, I think that would be a good one for you. So I signed up, and so I did my research on private business colleges and how they started and what they were all about. And it was fascinating, and he was absolutely right. It was something I really needed to do and research and find out how they came about. One of the interesting things, of course, and I'm sure you've all heard this, when the economy turns south, that's when private business colleges, for two-year colleges in particular, the enrollment would go up because they would say, well, we can't find a job, so we'll go to school and see what skills we can get. And typically, these kinds of schools offer short programs. So if they were laid off for just a 3-month period or a 6-month period, they could come in and get some needed skills that would help them. That's not true today, and I think it's not true probably because of the economy, and probably because, yes, you can come in and get some certificates or take a course, but, it's costly. So it's more costly than it used to be. So I don't think the economy drives the enrollment like it used to.
Do your students get, when you said they get financial aid, do they get federal financial aid, state financial aid?
Yes.
How do they do that, or how do they know about it?
Our financial aid office, right,
okay.
Right from admission. And, of course, there again, that's where a lot of regulations have changed. We're so regulation-driven, and that can be difficult. I mean, they're adult learners, and yet we have to track them as if they were children. When you go to a huge four-year college, it's like, if you're in class, okay, fine. If you choose not to go to class, fine. Now, we are in attendance taking school partly because we're military friendly and we have to really track our military students' attendance. Because of that, there's a 14-day rule from the Department of Ed, and if a student is out of class for 14 days, if they have not given, we have to have contact with them to know, are you returning or aren't you returning, and you better be returning next class period, or we have to drop them. We have to withdraw them. And that 14 days counts weekends. So if we have a class that runs, say, a Tuesday evening and they miss, and then they miss the next Tuesday evening, wow, we're in trouble. They better get back, or we have to take them out of class. And then, if it was a 4-hour class and we pulled them out, that can affect their financial aid. But we are so enrollment, so regulation driven right now. So our faculty are, they have to take attendance. We monitor attendance all the time. The advisors do, and double check on that kind of thing. So yes, they can get Pell. They can get. They fill out their FAFSA forms. Pell, OCOG. The OCOG was taken away from two-year colleges, from private two-year colleges a few years ago, and that was the state grant. Now it's available again, but it's really limited. There's not a whole lot available. Much more to your community colleges.
Is it driven by the program that they enroll in, or the candidate, the student, the OCOG?
Like how much they get?
Yeah.
The student.
Okay.
Yes, definitely the student and what their needs are.
Okay.
So a lot of them just don't qualify.
Okay.
And it was OIG before, Ohio Instructional Grant, and then it became OCOG. And one of the things that came along with that OCOG is you had to have your programs approved by the Board of Regents. Now, our state board is the State Board of Career Colleges and Schools. That governs us. So just as I mentioned that we're going through a complete catalog review right now, so all of our programs will have to be resubmitted to our state board, and they will have to be approved in order for students to receive financial aid, so on. If we're not going to offer some programs, decide to eliminate some, we have to let them know that and how we're treating the teach out. How many students are left in the program, what our plans are to teach them out. So our state board governs us. We have a really good working relationship with the state board. They come up here to hold some of their meetings. We've been around a long time, so they like us and we like them. They're our consultants, and it's a good working relationship. They're the hierarchy of, even though we have HLC accreditation and that allows us transferability, that state board's a hierarchy for really approval of our programs. And then the accrediting body has to come in under that. With OCOG, when they changed from OIG to OCOG, the Ohio Board of Regents, which we never had to answer to before because of the state board governs us, and a Board of Regents, a person from the state board was on the Board of Regents and vice versa. I mean, they were connected in Columbus. So that was enough for us. But it wasn't enough for them. So the Board of Regents decided that they needed to look at all our programs and approve them too. So now, we have to look at, are we meeting with the Board of Regents ones as well as the state board ones. So, it's just another layer that, sometimes you wonder why. I always say, ask me how you can save money in Columbus. I have a whole list of ways you can save money. There's too many boards down there, but that's just the way it is in education. Some of it's very good. Some of it's just, they ask themselves. I sat down there in meetings at all of these schools represented around Ohio. And I'll tell you one of the things that came out of it is, we did not offer associate degree programs. It just wasn't. I mean, we have the composition, the communications classes, the math, the humanities, the social sciences, everything that our accrediting bodies said we needed, and everything that